Once upon a time, in a village called Irodo, lived a boy and a girl named Sandra and Mike, who loved each other so much they couldn't wait to get married to each other. But Mike was poor, and because Sandra's family was also poor, they did not accept Sandra marrying the love of her life. Sandra told her parents that if she could not marry the one her heart chose, there would be no one else. Years passed, and Sandra remained single. Meanwhile, Mike moved on and relocated to another village. Sandra said to herself, "I am getting older. Age is no longer on my side. All my friends have gotten married. I need to move on with someone else." One fateful day, a man named Sam came to ask for Sandra's hand in marriage. Sandra did not know Sam, but Sam claimed he had been seeing Sandra for the past months and had fallen in love with her. Sandra asked Sam and her father to give her some time to get to know Sam, but because Sam was wealthy, Sandra's father told her she had no time and that after marriage, she would have enough time to get to know her husband. 1 week later, Sam married Sandra. Sandra and Sam lived happily and grew to love each other. Years passed, but Sandra could not get pregnant, and the villagers mocked her as a barren woman. Little children mocked her too. However, Sam loved Sandra so much that he promised to stand by her no matter what, even when pressured by family and friends to take a second wife. One morning, Sandra went to the bush to gather some food and found a newborn baby girl in a basket. She brought the baby home and showed her husband, believing that God had blessed them with a child. But Sam told Sandra to return the baby. Sandra cried and begged her husband, saying this was her only chance of being a mother. Because of the love Sam had for Sandra, he allowed her to keep the baby, and they named her Gift. Sandra was overjoyed to be called a mother. 3 years later, Gift had not started walking or talking, only crawling with her stomach, which was not normal. The villagers mocked Sandra for having a disabled child, but Sandra and Sam believed Gift would walk when the time was right. 10 years later, Gift was still crawling and not talking, but she understood and did a lot of household chores. Meanwhile, Gift loved eating oil, yam, and eggs, but whenever Sandra bought eggs, they would disappear quickly. Sandra and Sam wondered who was stealing the eggs. One night, while Sam was away, Sandra found a big snake in the kitchen swallowing eggs. Sandra screamed and wanted to kill the snake but realized it was Gift. Sandra was shocked and scared, not knowing what to do. She ran to her room and locked the door, thinking about how to tell Sam that Gift was a snake and had been eating all the eggs. The next morning, Sandra went to Gift's room, scared, but Gift hugged her legs and started crying. Sandra hugged Gift and told her, "I am your mother, and I will always be with you." Sandra kept a secret from Sam and continued buying eggs for Gift. Years passed, and people continued mocking Sandra for her daughter's disability and inability to speak. In the night, Gift would turn into a snake, go to people's houses that mocked her mother, and bite and kill them. People started dying in the village from snake bites, but the snake couldn't be found, remaining a mystery. Some faced pressure from family and friends for not having a child and having an adopted child who couldn't walk or speak. One day, Sam woke up angry and started quarreling with Sandra, saying he was tired of the marriage and wanted to marry a second wife or have Sandra live with her disabled child. Sandra felt heartbroken and wept all day. Later that night, Sam apologized to Sandra, saying it was an act of frustration. Sandra forgave Sam, and they laughed, ate, and slept. Meanwhile, Gift was angry that Sam made her mother cry and wanted to send them away. She turned into a snake later that night and bit Sam, causing his death. Sandra woke up and saw the snake in front of Sam, realizing it was Gift. Gift ran away, and Sandra cried for help. After some minutes, Sam died. Sandra knew Gift had been responsible for the deaths caused by snake bites. Sandra was sad that Gift took away her lovely husband but couldn't tell anyone about Gift's actions. She feared that Gift would be killed, and she would lose her chance of motherhood. Every day, Sandra would cry for the loss of her husband, regretting not listening to him about Gift. Sandra stopped doing things she used to do and stopped taking care of herself or eating. Weeks passed, and Sandra fell sick. Gift felt bad seeing her mother's life deteriorate but couldn't do much to help her because she couldn't walk. Gift was also hungry because there was no one to buy her eggs. Gift decided to go out at night to look for food. Every evening, Gift would turn into a snake, go to people's homes to steal eggs. Villagers complained about their missing eggs, and eventually, they stopped buying them. Gift started eating oil and meat. One day, Gift turned into a snake as usual to steal from a house but got caught in a trap. The villagers stoned her to death. Sick Sandra heard the news and had a heart attack, dying shortly after. That is the story of Sandra.